When you go to the U.S. Nationals tournament this year, you're going to realize that there's one thing that's very, very different. What is very, very different is they're not telling you and showing you what you're going to bowl on. So you've got to go in there with all the equipment you need to play all the various things you may run into. So we're going to use radical bowling balls to show you different looks and different motions that will help you decide and allow you to play the lanes. First thing we're going to do is show you smoother ball motion, because usually on the fresh, smoother ball motion works especially when they're using sport patterns, because you don't get that freedom of hook in that open area on the back that you're used to at home. So we like to start with the smoother bowling balls. That'll put you in a cash or in a fix. Those would be the two I would recommend starting with. Start with the cash, medium cash, when you're warming up, which is our layout A. If you find out that that's making you change direction too much and you don't have control of the break point, then I would drop right back to our low flare layout, layout D, and go more direct with that. The other possibility is to take a fix. A fix is a little less dynamic than the cash, even though it is the most versatile ball in the history of the game of bowling, with the newest technology in the industry. It's been 2 decades since somebody gave you a unique design that ball gives you. So with the fix, which is a pin-up fix, we're going to be able to play with a heavy hook in the mid lane and continue. So you're going to get a little more hook out of the fix with that layout than you do out of the cash with the low flare layout. You're probably going to be in that area when you start. You could try using the Xeno Pearl or another pearlized ball, but I think it's a little twitchy at the break point, and I think you're going to find out you got too many open frames if you do that. If we can't carry or the lane starts to break down a little bit, we're going to move in. We're going to try moving in a little bit, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, with the ball you have in your hand. But as you move in, if the ball doesn't recover hard enough to kick out the corner pin, then we're going to go to a little stronger layout. We'll go to layout A, which is our most versatile layout on the cash, and just let the lane open up a little bit. If that isn't carrying, then we go to the big dog and we do the double thumb, which is the layout C, and we just start to hook the lane a little more. But as the lane breaks down and you start to develop a hook spot, you're going to be able to utilize the stronger layouts in the cash to carry on the back end. If, on the other hand, we happen to be a player with more hand, a little more rev dominant, we at that point might go to using the Xeno Pearl and letting it flip on the back for us. We may choose another ball like the Guru Limited if you got a little bit of hand, because that will hook a little more than the Xeno Pearl and give you a little bit more reaction on the back to knock the pins down. But the one thing you have to do is make sure your arsenal that you go there with has a lot of different motions, not just the favorite ball you use at home. Scoring is all about how the ball goes through the pins, how it strikes the pins and goes off the back of the deck. That's where your carry is. That's where your scores are. So enjoy the Nationals this year, but go in there with an open mind and make sure you have 2, 3, 4, 5 balls that give you different looks on the lane so you can maneuver around the lane as the lane changes. Because the one thing we know for sure is that the U.S. Nationals, the lanes change a lot across the games you'll be bowling there.